Hello, Myra. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you. Hello, Natalie. And Maureen. Hello.
Hello, Camila.
Hi. Hi, Shivani. How are you?
I'm good.
And who is doing the recording?
Shanti,
She's not here.
she's here. She has this C17 Shanti because we have so many Chinese students, so I give them numbers.
Okay, there I've allowed her to record. Shanti, can you record? Just check.
Yes, I can record.
Very good. Excellent. So now, okay, there you are, Shivani. You are starting now. Good. So, welcome everybody. We are starting the class today, and so today we are talking about Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. And this photograph is of Patanjali, and it is from Chidambaram temple. And you can see Patanjali has this snake body at the bottom. These are all his students, all the people who were his followers. And we are on lesson 5 today. And this is me at the Rahu temple. And here they honored us with blue scarves for Rahu. So you can see the scarf I'm wearing here. That was part of the gift from Rahu temple. And behind me is the gateway entrance to the Rahu temple. And we shall begin with the chanting. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Niraviknam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahman Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Brahma Murari Stripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Budhascha Guruscha Shukraha Shanirahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Bhavo. Om Dati Shankatushārabham Shirodharanavasambhavam Namami Shashinam Somam Shambho Mukatabhushanam. Oh, I forgot this was last week. So we are continuing with the class lesson 5. So all the recordings that I'm uploading are available. I have sent a link to all of you. If you haven't received it, please let me know. These recordings are available for you to download till 31st December 2023. After that, the cost to get the link would be $108, but for a short time. So you don't want to be just also, it's a hassle for me, and it is just important that you should get your recordings beforehand. And so as the recordings come, download them. And I also want to let you know about the Rahu Ketu conference. It is our 26th international conference. Maybe for beginners, it is too advanced for you. Those who have done some Jyotish, that could be okay. I'm the co-founder of the British Association of Vedic Astrology, that is BAVA, BAVA. And we've been doing 26 conferences, so been there for a long time. And it is from April 22 to May 8th. And the early bird ends on 8th April 2023. And you can look up all the details at bava.org. And and these are my books. They are available from most book, Amazon or any other online. You can get a soft copy or hard copy, as well as you can get a downloadable version. So, this is now the lesson 5, Foundations of Vedic Astrology course. And today we are talking about Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. Together they are called the malefics. And so we begin with Saturn. And this is a picture of Saturn taken in New Delhi. There is a very spectacular Saturn temple just in the outskirts of Delhi. You can see people standing here. Saturn is very tall here. And Shani is his name. And the animal for Shani is the crow. And there are 3 Nama mantras. I will chant all of them 3 times. Om Shanishwaraya Namaha. Om Shanishwaraya Namaha. Om Shanishwaraya Namaha. Om Shanishcharaya Namaha. Om Shanishcharaya Namaha. Om Shanishcharaya Namaha. Om Shaniye Namaha. Om Shaniye Namaha. Om Shaniye Namaha. So I just wanted to tell you this Om Shanishcharaya Namaha. This is Shani plus Ishvara. Ishvara means God. So people feel that Shani has a godlike personality. And the second one is Shani plus Acharya. Acharya is the teacher. So teacher or guru, the great, when they're respected teachers or gurus, not necessarily guru, but is respected, we call them, I'm just going to, yeah, just so that you know that what these are. And of course, the last one is just Shanishcharaya, Shaniye Namaha. So simple Shani mantra. So these Nama mantras are the first mantras we do when we are learning how to do mantras. So they are simple mantras, so just saying the name of Saturn. So, and one other factor I wanted to say to you guys that my presentation, that those of you who have paid for the presentation, you can download the presentation. But I keep on adding to it, so you may get it earlier and then check up after the class as well, because like I've added this information, then I'll save it and upload it again. It just refresh it, so you may not see the old one there. So, so this is the Purana mantra for Saturn. Om Neelanjana Samabhasam Ravi Putram Yamagrajam Chayamaratanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanishcharam. So in this, they are giving explanation about Saturn. He's blue of color. Neelanjana Samas, his body is blue colored. Ravi Putram Yamagrajam, he's the son of Ravi, and Yamagrajam, he's the brother of Yama. And he's born from the relationship between Chaya and Martanda. Chaya and Martanda, this Martanda is another name for Surya, the sun, and Chaya is his shadow wife. So here we have Tamnamami Shanishcharam. So here Shanishcharam also is another way you can call Shani, that is always moving. That is the mantra here. Om Neelanjana Samabhasam Ravi Putram Yamagrajam Chayamaratanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shanishcharam. So Shani's meaning is slowly, gradually, deliberately, little by little. Shaw means to sharpen, accentuate. Ani means to cause, bring on, or reduce. Shani means to sharpen or bring on the experience. Shani brings it on slowly and deliberately. Another meaning of Shan is a second. So when Saturn is bringing his experience, he brings experience slowly but surely. He makes sure that you understand his experience. He's the teacher of cosmic truth. So remember his mantra, Shani Sharaya Namaha. So here we see, deals with reality and facts, has no time for emotions or attachments, does not let you hide behind illusions. It creates restrictions, obstructions, frustrations, unhappiness, disillusionment, setback to test your resolve. He's wanting to make you stronger. So he brings these things, we could say, for your own good. Although when you are experiencing it, you may not think so. So this is the Shani Yantra, and the numbers add up to 33. 12, 7, 14, 13, 11, 9, 8, 15, 10. Shiva is the deity for Shani, and the mantra for Lord Shiva is also a mantra you can do for Saturn. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. So you see here again, it's just saying I say the name of Shiva. The simple name mantras, Nama mantra for Shiva. And the sacred mantra, Mahamrityunjay mantra, was entrusted by Shukracharya Venus to Shani. This mantra aids longevity and helps all to get rid of their fears and anxiety. It also gives victory over Mrityu or death. This is a wonderful mantra to know, and you should all learn it, because if you're going through a difficult time, or you're having uh, feel afraid about something or worried, if you're traveling somewhere, you're unsure, you can chant this mantra. You can hear it also, you can hear it on YouTube and all other uh, sites, but I would say that it is more important to learn to chant it. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivartanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshi Amamrita. So this mantra is also good as a remedy for Saturn, for Rahu, for Ketu, for any difficulties that you are experiencing, whether in the chart or in life. So the Puranic story of Shani is connected to Martanda, one of the 12 Adityas or 12 sons, and Chaya, his shadow wife. So I explained this story to you also when I talked about Surya and the sun. So now we are hearing it from Saturn's point of view. Surya's wife, Sangya, could not tolerate the heat from her husband. She created a virtual wife called Chaya and left her husband. So Surya thought that Chaya is his wife because she looked exactly like him, like her. So Chaya had 3 children, including Shani. So this is a shrine. Here we can see this is Surya, and he has the 2 wives, Sangya and Chaya. It's quite rare to have Surya with his wives, but whenever Surya is there, he always has uh, if he's with his wives, you will see the 2 wives. So when Surya discovered the truth due to Chaya's bad behavior towards Sangya's children, he burnt Chaya with his anger. Shani was very angry with his father for doing this with his mother. After all, Chaya was only doing what was asked of her. You see, Sangya created Chaya and told Chaya that you must treat my children equally. And Chaya said yes, but then as she was had her own children, she started favoring her own children. So Shani, Surya in any connection or in each other's signs is not an easy position in the natal chart. Saturn's transit in Leo from 2007 to 2009 was very difficult for all in power. Shani is resentful, angry towards those who are in power. One of the things that you have to recognize about Saturn is that he can be quite angry. And his anger is not like Mars' anger or Sun's anger, which just says it and it's done. His anger is resentful and he feels inside. He holds on to that for a long time. And 2007, 2009 was a global economic crash in USA and Europe. I don't know. I think Asia did not have it in the same way. And this was lot of the presidents and CEOs, they lost their position during that transit because Saturn doesn't like any negative type of behavior. Saturn is very democratic in nature. It teaches lessons to everyone, rich or poor, materialistic or spiritual. He wants us to reconcile with our karma now in this life. Saturn impact is often dreaded, but its malefic forces are misunderstood. He's only making you account for your karma. If we work to keep our karma in check, then his impact is easier to deal with. Also, astrology, a study of especially Vedic astrology, makes you understand how to deal with Saturn. So therefore, there is no reason as astrologers to be afraid of anything. But also there is some aspect of acceptance that when Saturn's transit is going to take place, or Saturn in your birth chart, he is going to create some obstacles. It is vital to accept Saturn's lessons as part of our personal growth. Once we learn to accept the lessons he has to teach, we mature and grow. Saturn's impact is felt through natal position, dashas, transits. At present, we are just looking at just trying to get to know Saturn. But as we go along in the course, we will discuss dashas and transits as well. Saturn rules Capricorn Aquarius. It is an androgynous planet. It has tamasic guna and vata dosha. Its element is air. Now, one interesting factor is this, that right now Saturn is in Aquarius. And since 2020, Saturn has been in its own sign. So 2020, January, it went into Capricorn, and 2023, January, it has now come into Aquarius. So all of us, wherever we are in the world, we are all experiencing some of Saturn's facing up to our karma, we could say. And we have been through quite a lot in the last few years. And, it is the restrictions imposed by Saturn. And today he is in Aquarius and will be there till 2025. Shani is at its strongest in the seventh house, where he gets his directional strength. Saturn's direction is west. Its color is black, dark navy. Gemstone is blue sapphire, and the day is Saturday. It's very interesting that at the temples, you always see Saturn dressed in black. But Saturn's chant says, Neelanjana Samabhasam. He's blue in color. Neela means blue. So here his gemstone is also blue sapphire. So again, the blue color, very much Saturn's color, but it's a deep blue, maybe like the background, my background. Saturn is exalted at 20 degrees Libra, debilitated at 20 degrees of Aries. But generally, we say Saturn is exalted in Libra, debilitated in Aries. These degrees are important to give you more precise information. Nakshatra ruled by Saturn are Pushya, Anuradha, Uttarabhadra. Saturn is the servant in planetary cabinet. It means workers, people with menial jobs, or those who work hard for their rewards and are not always appreciated. I find that people who have a strong Saturn, they are always working. and they always feel a lot of responsibility about life. So that is something to watch for. He's also considered the envoy. He comes to take account of karma, a position given to Shani by Shiva. So what Saturn's role is that he's saying that pay your karma now. If you have debts, why wait for another lifetime? Pay them now as you go along. So by the time you finish this lifetime, you're much lighter and easier to deal with. Uh, Saturn represents delay, long-lasting or prolonging influences. Saturn signifies disease in general. It represents nerves in the body, paralysis, arthritis, stroke. Actually, when you're looking at medical astrology, then Saturn is the significator of ill health. So we always look at Saturn's position when you are looking at any health-related things. It also deals with depression, dishonor, foreign travel, unsettled life, blockages, obstructions, and resentful towards the haves. What do I mean there? He's resentful to people who are wealthy, successful, rich, who are also showing off their wealth. Because in the story of Saturn, Saturn is the son of Surya. Surya is the king. But Shani never gets that status. So he always feels that he has to work and he has to earn his living. And the people who are wealthy and privileged sometimes can inherit that. So Shani's great qualities are hard work, responsibility, patience, taking good with the bad, detachment, organizational skills, success through hard work. You know, if you have a strong Saturn, you are able to face even difficult times because you have a resilience, you have that capacity to deal with these issues. Shani Karakas, longevity, unhappiness, dukkha. Remember, he's resentful, he's angry, so he can feel unhappy that somebody's done better, I didn't get the break. Those are things that Shani can feel. He also represents disease, old age, death. Uh, he's also significator for lands and property. People who own a lot of land and property, you will see they have a strong Saturn. So this is the chart of Will Smith, and Will Smith is an actor, and I don't remember his films. He's very famous, but at present he's more famous for uh, being having slapped somebody at Oscars. At last year 2022 Oscar ceremony, he slapped another guy because of something he said. But here we see his Saturn is in Aries. One is Aries, and it's 09 of Aries. So it's right at the edge of Aries, and that position is known as a Gandanta position. And so it's a very unsettled position. But when you have Saturn in Aries, a person is very impatient and you can suddenly get angry as well. Since then, Will Smith has become a follower of one of the Indian gurus and maybe trying to deal with that, you know, that emotional impact of this slap, which was with millions of people watching. Uh, so let us look at the chart. So last week we uh, have to start this week with Serena. So let me see. Serene, sorry, not Serena. So remember that we are just getting to know the planets. So we are not as yet even working with uh, what house they are in, what it is. So this is Serene here. She has Saturn in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a position of Saturn where there is this uh, aspect of spiritual warrior wanting to, um, you know, fight for causes, really, uh, because Saturn is fighting for the poor, for the oppressed, for the elderly. And you do have a retrograde Saturn. So retrograde can be too much or too little. So you have to find some way to express yourself. That is an important factor in um, for you. And so uh, Shanti has Saturn in 10. 10 is Capricorn. This is a very good Saturn to have. It's also retrograde. Next week, we'll talk a little bit about retrograde as well. But retrograde is, planet is not wanting to move forward. So it can bring some shyness, sometimes not knowing how to use your energy properly. But this is a good, strong Saturn that you have, Shanti. And I was saying that we had Saturn in Capricorn in 2020. So one of the things from Saturn's position, you can kind of judge a person's age, because Saturn comes back to its own position every 29 years. So usually if somebody says their Saturn is in Capricorn, either they are born at 2020, which is not possible. So 19 years before that, 29 years before that would be in the 90s, or before that would be in the 60s. So it's easy to find out where from your Saturn position. Shubha, we have Saturn with Ketu, and it is in Gemini, and again retrograde. Today all the people have retrograde Saturn. So I want you to also think for yourself that how do you feel that retrograde Saturn has impacted you. Saturn is also about work, responsibility, and Gemini is a good position for Saturn. Next week, we will discuss that. And later on, I'm going to talk about Ketu, but you have Saturn, Ketu together. And they are actually opposite ends of their role, because Saturn says, face life, deal with what life has to give. And Ketu says, give it up. Let's look for moksha. Let's look for self-realization. So how to deal with that situation? First work has to be done, first responsibilities, then one can look at more spiritual things in life. This is important to understand. This is a key combination in your chart. Snow is born exalted Saturn. It's in number 7 sign. It is in Libra, and it is with Jupiter. Now, Saturn, Jupiter come together once every 20 years. So we had it 80, 81, 82 really for a little while, Saturn, Jupiter together. And then we had it in 2000, sorry, and 2020, 2021. So here we see Saturn, Jupiter together in Libra. And Saturn is exalted, very strong personality, strong person. And Saturn in Libra is about balance and harmony and trying to find harmony in life. And strong Saturn means you're able to work hard and take responsibility. And uh, generally, it is a good energy to deal with. So, here's Saturn in Aquarius. And again, remember that you could be the 29, or you could be 2930, or you could be um, 60 years old, because we can see you're born in 93, because Saturn has come back to Aquarius first time since you were born. And it's today, if you look at it, it's 8 degrees. So this 1 degree, it came back a little bit last year, and then again from January 2023. Aquarius, again, very powerful position for Saturn, hardworking, responsible. Also, Saturn in Aquarius gives interest in, what is the right word for it? It gives interest in environment, making the world a better place for people. So that is a good aspect here. And the last chart in Saturn, I'm going to look at Sukanya. And Sukanya here, Saturn in Cancer. Again, retrograde Saturn. So we're going to talk about retrograde next week. But retrograde Saturn means sometimes overworking, sometimes underworking. In Cancer, Saturn is not at its best position. Again, this more we will discuss next week. Because Cancer is more nurturing, emotional, and Saturn is more detached and not emotional. So it's a meeting of opposites here. So any questions, any comments, anything?
Hi, Camilla. Just wondering what you said a little bit earlier on, like with Saturn being since 2020 in its own sign, like how does that affect how it will show up? Because you just mentioned that we were all feeling it. So is it just stronger
Well,
when it?
it is stronger, but he's the planet of karma, and all of us were stuck with COVID and all
Yeah.
the issues, you know. So it was like a world paying some karmic price. Uh,
Mm,
you see, that was aspect. But I would say personally, Saturn in Capricorn, being an astrologer, I used it to get all my projects done, work, you know, listen to the restrictions. I didn't try to fight against them. So that was the things that once you know that the Saturn is so strong, you can be also use the positive aspects of Saturn.
right. Thank you.
Bindu?
Camilla, when you say that there are two planets that are at opposing ends, like Saturn and Ketu, which one then has more, which one takes over in terms of personality? Is it the degree?
It is the degree, but generally you need to change your sound because I can't talk to you with that. Could you switch it off, please? Yeah. Um, so generally, Ketu is the stronger one. Because Rahu Ketu, we are going to come to them, they eclipse the sun and moon. So they are the most strongest of the planets. But actually, we have to take Saturn first, because Saturn is the karma we must pay back before we can get moksha. So there is a natural quality, but also to understand, uh, you know, the role they play. But of course, close uh, closer the conjunction, the more intense it is. In 2019, there was a long Saturn-Ketu conjunction. They carried on being together. So we experienced that as well by transit. So when they're very tight, then it's confusion what to do. That is the thing. Now, Sophia, I don't know why I don't have your data here. Let me just see. I don't have your data. If you give it to me, I'll look it up. I'll look up in the next this thing. So you can send it to me by email or you can give it here. So, okay. So the next one today is very interesting aspects of the class. And so the next person that we are looking for is Rahu Ketu. So you saw, in the beginning, I had shown my photograph with the Rahu at, oh, what did I do? Excuse me, I don't know what I did. Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to hide the panel. Yeah. So, Sophia, I will look at your chart with the Rahu, this thing. So here we see that Rahu is here, and he is, this is Rahu Ketu, the snake, and this is Muruga, Lord Muruga here with it. So Rahu Ketu are shadow planets. They have no substance. They're physically non-existent as they're points in the ecliptic. They represent polarities with a mission to churn our lives in order to externalize the hidden potential and wisdom that has been gathered from karma of previous lives. They work on a psychological level. Rahu Ketu have twin purposes, one with mundane life, another in the spiritual life. It is intertwined like their shadowy nature. Both Rahu and Ketu unsettle the mind. So basically, the whole calculation of Rahu and Ketu is that when the moon's path is different from the path of the sun, and every 13 and a quarter days, it crosses the path of the sun. And here we see this is Ketu, and then he crosses the path of the sun, which is Rahu. And each time when he crosses, it's crossing little back. So therefore, the this particular point has been given a lot of importance. There's no planet there that you can see, but this moving point, like a planet, Rahu Ketu, have been given a lot of importance. So this is another photograph of it. So there are two calculations for Rahu Ketu, and true node, the exact position of the node, this can be stationary, direct, or move backward. It never moves forward. And mean node, the mean position of the node, what we use in Jyotish. Rahu Ketu are considered demonic energies. So as the sages have said, Daitya, demons always walk backwards. Mean node retrogrades only. Also, mean node is really telling the story of your karma. True node is more what is happening now. So we are interested in Rahu Ketu to understand about karma. And one of the most important things that all of you can think about and do is that when you have the software, you must look at the settings of the software. So you do need to change the settings. I'm just going to show you here. So here, if you just put true, see, Rahu Ketu, mean or true node. So today, if you look here, Rahu is 11 degrees 5 minutes. This is the mean node position of Rahu. And if we put it in true node, just click on it, it becomes true node. Rahu is 9:55 minutes. So that means there's almost 1 degree difference between the calculation of the true and mean node. Sometimes it's not so much, but today that is the difference. And so I always use the mean node. So I'm reverting back to the mean node. But any software that you use will give you this option and as you're studying with me, I would say use the mean node. I'm not against using the true node, but what you need to do is that in your calculation, sometimes you will say, oh, but in my software, Rahu is in a different position. So you need to know those two options are there. And as you're going into Jyotish, then also you need to go into your settings because we are all using the softwares just now. So Rahu, Ketu are the lords of past life karma. They represent unfulfilled karma, Rahu, that we want to complete in this life. Past life karmic issues, Ketu, can be blocks now. Both need to be understood, otherwise they make us more involved with this life and create more karma. So the difference between Saturn, who is telling us, you know, this is your karma, pay back the karma, don't create more karma. Rahu is thirsty, he wants more and more and more. So Rahu thinks, oh, I never got this before, let me get it now. You see, sometimes, you know, people think my parents didn't have it, so I must have all those things, or I didn't get it as a child, and so there's something unfulfilled in you. So the same thing, some factors are from past life. We don't remember what they are. And Ketu is the past life itself, the story of your past life. And each lifetime is like a bead, and various lifetimes are joined together to form a necklace, each life being different but interconnected by an invisible thread. The invisible thread is Rahu and Ketu. Ketu deals with past karma, Rahu with the need to fulfill the past karma, therefore creating new karma. Rahu is worried about the future and Ketu is worried about the past. Their influence can make us forget about today, as we are always either in the past, or so-and-so did this, this happened to me, some things are also hidden, or we are thinking, oh, will I have money when I'm older, or what will happen tomorrow? So we forget that today is there to be enjoyed and loved. So one of the lessons of Rahu Ketu is to try to live in today, because otherwise we are, you know, splitting ourselves, or we are sort of creating issues for ourselves. Both Rahu and Ketu can bring moksha or self-realization. Rahu by understanding the essential dissatisfaction of trying to fulfill desires and attachment to materialism. You know, when you are you know, you are satisfied, you're contented with whatever life is offering you, then, you know, you are then on the moving towards the path of moksha. Ketu, by reconciling the past karma, letting go of attachments to its fruits. Also, you know, reconciling what has happened to you before, forgiving people, letting go, forgiveness, letting go. That is one of the ways that you reconcile Ketu. So the story, Puranic story of Rahu Ketu is connected to the creation, and this is called the churning of the ocean of milk. So the Puranic story of churning of the ocean of milk. There was a time when the earth was plunged into darkness. Moon had disappeared and the world was in chaos. Remember, moon had got cursed. We studied that in the moon story. And so he had disappeared. Brihaspati, Jupiter, advised the gods to take help of the demons to churn the ocean to find Amrita, the nectar of immortality. So this photograph is of Brihaspati. So remember that if you're trying to churn an ocean, it's a vast thing. And Brihaspati, who was the guru, he said, alone you'll not be able to do it. So you need the demons, and the demons are always got a lot of power. They're very strong. And so they used Mount Pandara as a rod, and Vishnu took an incarnation of Kurma, tortoise, became the base. This incarnation is connected to Saturn. Naga Vasuki is the rope. Demons and gods pulled on either side. Finally, Lakshmi emerged with Dhanvantari, the god of Ayurveda, carrying the pot of Amrita, the pot of nectar of immortality. So here we see, now you can understand this picture a little bit more. Here we see the Vasuki is being used as the rope. These are the demons. They always picture the demons not very good looking. And here the gods, they are all wearing halos. This one is Brahma, but I can see Lord Vishnu also. And all the gods are one side and the demons are the side. And at the bottom, I don't know whether you can see here, is the tortoise, Kurma Avatara. And this is another photograph. I just collected these photographs. And then finally, as the churning was taking place, we have Goddess Lakshmi. She's carrying the pot of nectar. You can see here again at the bottom, the ocean is being churned. And here is Dhanvantari. He's also carrying the pot of nectar. So once the nectar was found, the gods did not want to share it with the demons, as they felt the demons will use the Amrita for selfish reasons. Because if the demons became immortal, then it would be a big problem. So they followed a long chase where the gods tried to avoid the demons. This is also the story of Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela takes place once every 12 years in India. Millions of people gather to dip in the Ganges. So finally, the gods decided to hold a great feast and distract the demons from their purpose. There were beautiful women, lots of food and drink. And then Vishnu took his only female form of Mohini to distract the demons. He did the dance. It's in the classical dancing in India, there's a dance called Mohiniyattam, which is the dance of Mohini when she's dancing to distract the demons. So there was a demon called Swarbhanu. He was not distracted by the feast because his attention was on the Amrita. So he secretly drank from the pot of Amrita. Surya Chandra god, sun and moon, saw him do it and told Vishnu as Mohini about it. So Vishnu threw his chakra at Swarbhanu. So here I have a lovely picture. You can see that there he is drinking the Amrita, and this is Lord Vishnu as Mohini. And he throws the chakra here, and you see the head and the body. And because he had the Amrita, he could not be killed. Normally, if you cut somebody's head, they are no longer alive, but they had the Amrita. So Rahu, Ketu are born. Rahu became the head and Ketu got the body. Rahu is the head with the body of the snake. Ketu has the head of the snake with a human body. As they had drank Amrita, they were immortal and great enemies of the sun and moon. So the Rahu Ketu, they cause the eclipses. Next month, we have a solar and lunar eclipse, and that is that is because of Rahu Ketu. Rahu Ketu are 180 degrees opposite each other. Usually in the chart, they represent opposites. Past life attachments, unfulfilled present desires, fears about our future. They are sort of pushing and pulling. So this is the problem with Rahu Ketu. No one loves Rahu Ketu. Gods mistrust them and the demons don't accept them either. Rahu Ketu are outsiders. Basically, because of their immortality and they have joined the planets, they are now considered godly. So therefore the demons think they are godly, so they are not one of us. And the gods know that they are demonic, so they say they are not one of us. So one of the key aspects of Rahu Ketu is that if they are strong in your chart, they can make you feel an outsider. And if they are strong, we don't know as yet. We will learn later whether they are strong or not. So their influence is on a psychological level because we can't see them. So they are playing with our mind and our soul, really. Rahu Ketu form the karmic axis of life. They are at opposite ends of the chart, giving, taking, rejecting, experiencing, confusing the soul. Forming attachments to past life, trying to fulfill what was left unfinished, yet seeking self-realization. They can have a very spiritual side to them, but they need to be understood. And if we kind of fall prey to their mechanisms or their negative behavior, then it can be quite difficult. So this is Prince William's chart, and what you see here in his chart is that he has Ketu. AS is ascendant and in Sagittarius, and he has a Rahu in Gemini with moon and sun. So the distance between sun and moon is quite a bit, because for it to be an eclipse, sun and moon have to be the exact degree. So I think that this was one day before his birth was an eclipse in 1982. And here we can see that, so while he was about to be born, it was an eclipse. It's not an eclipse at his birth, but sometimes whenever sun, moon are with either Rahu, Ketu, we say that's an eclipse because Rahu is overshadowing the mind and energies. Another factor that you can see in Prince William's chart, although we are looking for Rahu Ketu's influence, is Saturn and Mars are together. And we already studied Mars, and Mars is the significator for brother. And Saturn, Mars, there's some karma frustration of Saturn, Mars together. And of course, Prince William is having a difficult relationship with his brother, Prince Harry, right now. And you can see that in his chart. Also, mother, he lost his mother with that Rahu influence. And so maybe that is something that he's seeking. She's not there. We don't know. It's an internal question that you're looking at. So the karmic axis can bring both crisis and redemption too, because once we understand Rahu Ketu, we can rise above them, but it's not easy. You know, it takes time and it takes understanding as well and effort. So now we will look at Rahu separately, and Rahu is the head only. And so you can see he has no body. So and there's another one. You can see Rahu is the head and he's riding a lioness. This one is a good one of Rahu this black orb around him. This is supposed to be the same size as the sun. So when he comes in front of the sun, actually it's the shadow of the earth, but the way we talk about it is that Rahu is visible now. He has eclipsed the sun, or if Ketu is doing, it's sort of the same. And here again, Rahu has no body, and Rahu is the color of smoke. So his color is sort of gray, or you can see through him. And this was the Tirunageshwara, the temple I told you. Most of these temples that we visit, they are all Lord Shiva temples. Tirunageshwara means the god of the snakes. Naga is the snake, Ishwara. Thiru is Sir, and Ishwara, Nageshwara. So this is the god of the snakes, and we visit that. And then because people go so much for Rahu Ketu remedies, they have built a separate temple where you can go and do the worship of Rahu Ketu. So this is most beautiful temple. And here, if you see here, you can see the churning of the ocean. This is called a Gopuram, which is like the doorway. And here we can see the churning of the ocean. So often you'll see that in these. You have to know what you're looking for, but you'll see that. Sometimes in unusual places, if you have gone to Bangkok airport, then they have the churning of the oceans in the airport. It is, and also in Angkor Wat, they have the churning of the oceans. So you can see if you have visited. I think Angkor Wat is in Cambodia. So this is the Rahu deity at Tirunageshwara, and Rahu has two wives, Nagavalli and Nagakanni, and they don't allow us to take a photograph of Rahu. I did get a picture this time because it was on the roof. I said, could I take it? But I haven't shared it as yet. So the yantra of Rahu is 36. And you see all these numbers of the yantras, they are all divisible by 3. 13, 8, and 14. Sorry, 13, 8, and 15. 14, 12, and 10. 9, 6, and 11. So all of them add up to 36. So the Rahu Nama mantra, Om Rahuve Namaha. Om Rahuve Namaha. Om Rahuve Namaha. Om Ardhakayam Mahaviryam Chandraditya Vimardhanam Singhika Garbha Sambhutam Tam Rahum Pranamamyaham. So this chant is describing Rahu. It says Ardhakayam, he's half man, he's cut. Mahaviryam, very courageous. I think this is the only chant where they're giving courage to Rahu as Maha. Maha means great, Viryam. Chandra Aditya Vimardhanam. He is the tormentor of Chandra, moon, and Aditya, sun. Singhika Garbha Sambhutam. He's born from a lioness. And Singhika is also a name. Rahu's mother is called Singhika. She's a fierce lady, very fierce. Tam Rahum Pranamamyaham. Rahu, I honor you. Om Ardhakayam Mahaviryam Chandraditya Vimardhanam Singhika Garbha Sambhutam Tam Rahum Pranamamyaham. So Rahu is the co-ruler of Aquarius. His nakshatras are Ardhara, Swati, and Shatabhishak. Actually, Sage Parashar also gives rulership of Virgo to Rahu. It's hidden behind in his text, in the uh, one area of the text. Normally, people just look at Rahu as co-ruler of Aquarius, but also Virgo. His nakshatra, Ardhara, Swati, Shatabhishak, Rahu acts like Saturn in the way that they're both very determined to get their message across. He is tamas and vata dosha. Element is air, day is Saturn, color smoke or black. Usually Saturn, Rahu is dressed up in black, but you saw that at the Rahu temple, we were honored with blue scarves. So at the temple, they dressed Rahu in blue. And gemstone is Gomed, Hessenite, Garnet. Rahu deals with the unfulfilled desires from past life. He wants to experience life. It can give a sense of disappointment despite successes, as it wants more and more. Rahu is a thinker, as he only has a head, does not use his intuition, and Rahu is not always able to process what he consumes. So this is something typical to Rahu because he doesn't have a body, so he keeps on eating things and he has not digested anything. So whether it is spiritual or material, Rahu is wanting more. I have not done this, I have not done this. Give me more, more, more. So that is what we have to learn how to manage that we don't need more. We are okay where we are, and to practice contentment. Rahu Karaka, he's the outsider. I explained to you why. He's also foreign languages. Rahu makes you search for things that are different, unusual. It's also search for self-realization. Usually Rahu can take you abroad. He can make you travel, meet up with foreign people, because you'll feel the outsider. So when you're an outsider, you are more comfortable. So again, Prince William's chart, we can see that Rahu is very dominant in his chart. And so let us look at a few charts, and I'm going to start with Sophia's chart. One sec.
Amila, Swabanu was considered a god or a demon?
A demon. And Sophia, BC is you're born in Canada?
Yes, born in Canada.
Okay. So,
Langley, British Columbia.
yeah, I knew that, but that's just confirming with you. So we'll just put this data in, and oh, I forgot to put look at your time of birth.
Oh, it's 1650.
So let's look at Sophia and Rahu. So now I'm going to put Rahu. So general rule of thumb is that you want Rahu and Ketu to be alone. And here we see Rahu who doesn't have anybody with him. And also another point I wanted to make was that Rahu's cycle is 18 years. So when we look at the chart for now, see, Rahu is in number 1 sign in Aries. So Sophia could be 18 years old or then 36, because uh, it's a second cycle, because right now Rahu is in Aries and she is in Aries Rahu. So here we see that Rahu in Aries is also very innovative, new ideas, wanting to do things quickly. Rahu can also be angry. So one is always watching that, because that hidden aspect of Rahu that is there. But I think, Sophia, for you, Ketu is next to AS, which is the ascendant. So Ketu is very important, and generally Ketu in the ascendant is good for astrology. And people who have Ketu in the ascendant, they can be interested in spiritual things. In Prince William's chart, he has Ketu in the ascendant, but he's born to kingdom, and Ketu is also militant. So we'll talk about Ketu in a minute. So you'll see that Ketu brings some militant tendencies as well. So we see Yang. So Yang here, we can see Ketu, Jupiter, Mars, they're all in Leo. So Ketu is, Rahu, Jupiter, Mars are in Leo, and Ketu is with Venus. So Rahu, Ketu are very prominent in your chart, Yang, but they can also be troublesome for you because they are disruptors. So when they are with planets, then they create some disruption. Here we see, especially again for you, Ketu is more important because tight conjunction, look at the degree difference. Venus is 8 degrees, Ketu is 7. So they are very tight conjoined. But here, Rahu is with Jupiter. So Jupiter is the guru, advisor. Usually, Rahu, Jupiter, people like to study something that is different from their own culture. You are studying Jyotish. That is very correct with that Rahu, Jupiter. You may feel that you want different knowledge as well, so that Rahu Jupiter is very strong here. Then Tiffany has a Rahu in Libra, Ketu in Aries, and here we see that it's Rahu is quite close to the ascendant, so AS. So that means that you like different things. You like something different, unusual. You may like to travel, go abroad. Those things are important for you. And in Libra, you are seeking harmony and balance, but Rahu can want to do a lot of things. So you can be superwoman. I always say, when Rahu is in the Lagna, ascendant is also called Lagna, then people feel they can do a lot of things. And Yunnan, we have Rahu in Sagittarius and Ketu in Gemini. So again, we see Ketu is more dominant because you have 3 planets in Gemini: Mercury, Venus, and Sun. So watch when I talk about Ketu, and then Moon and Rahu are together. Now, Yunnan, you're born actually very close to an eclipse, lunar eclipse. Now, for the eclipse to happen, the Sun and Moon need to be opposite each other at the exact degree. And Yunnan is born with Sun is 033 and Moon is 016. And that would take about 15-20, I think half an hour for the eclipse to happen. And the rule of the eclipse is that new moon or full moon when it takes place near Rahu Ketu, then the angle is correct. We'll talk about eclipses later, but here we see, so it is important for you to work with your Rahu Ketu. Sometimes it's good to do yoga, spiritual things. See, I showed you the picture of Patanjali, and Patanjali is the snake body, and he's very much, yoga is connected to um, Rahu Ketu. So doing something like that, that would be very useful for you, because Rahu with the moon, it can make your mind all anxious or worried as well. And then Zoe, we have Rahu on its own and Ketu, Jupiter. Now Ketu and Jupiter are quite far away from each other, but in Vedic astrology, we believe that if a planet is with it, it is part of it, in the same sign, they are together. And generally, Ketu Jupiter is regarded as somebody who was doing a past life study of Jyotish or yoga or spiritual things. So we don't have any way of judging that whether you were doing, but sometimes when you start following the knowledge, there's an instant recognition that you understand what you're doing. So although I'm looking for Rahu, a lot of you had Ketu. I'm going to complete the Ketu talk and then ask you for questions, because number of the charts I saw had Ketu as a more predominant aspect. So here we have Ketu, and Ketu is the body only. See, he has no head, and Ketu is carrying a sword. He's carrying this staff, and he's also a shield. So he can be very militant. Sometimes you see people with Ketu either are protesting or they are in army also, like Prince William. He's was in the army as well. Even still he has some ranks. He's the king. So kings were always warriors originally. But here we see that Ketu has a sort of a warrior type of aspect to him. There's another Ketu. I love this one, Ketu riding an owl. So owls also can be connected to Rahu, Ketu, because owls sleep in the day and awake at night. So Rahu Ketu always do the opposite to what is expected. So this is Keesaperum Pallam. This is the Ketu temple. It's called the temple in the bamboo forest. Again, here you see that this is Lord Shiva's temple actually, and they recently redid the whole temple. And here we see the Keesaperum Pallam, and this is the deity in the Ketu temple. And here we see Lord Shiva at the Ketu temple. It's a beautiful picture of Lord Shiva. This is a Shiva Lingam. So outside the temple, you see Ketu is multicolored, but outside the Ketu temple, they have these snake deities which people make as offerings. They're made out of carvings, stone carvings. And then onto these deities, they offer turmeric, and they offer strings that have got turmeric on it as well, natural turmeric. And if you see, the tree has multicolored cloths on it. This is from, I was there in February, so this is from February. And what happens is that people come also if they can't have children. There's a belief that Rahu Ketu are stopping you having from children, so people tie little cots there. Or any other wish they feel they are being blocked, they will come and worship Rahu Ketu. And here This is Ketu temple is very sweet. This is the pond next to Ketu temple, and the priests are really very cute. So this is the priest at Ketu temple. This is a photograph from 2006. I met him when we went first time. Nobody used to go to the temple, and we had to find him and ask him to come. And then this is now 2023, and he honored me and he put this scarf on me, and this is like a snake on my head. Very sweet. Ketu is such a sweet temple. It's small and the priests are very friendly and very nice. And these are Ketu type of people. These are the sadhus. And sadhus are specific people that they give up material life and they live on grace of God. And as you go into the temple, they are sitting outside. See, he's blessing me. And you can offer them money. You can, if you have a bigger note, you can say share among yourself, and they are happy to do that. And they'll stay 1 or 2 days at one temple, then they'll go somewhere else, and that's sort of their life, but where the God takes them. And you know, it's in the West, you can see sometimes people who are at ashrams and leading a spiritual lifestyle where they're not really bothered about money. That could also be a Ketu type of person. And the Ketu yantra is 39, and this is 14, 9, and 6, 15, 13, and 11, 10, 17, and 12. So there's another Ketu, is multicolored clothing. And the Ketu Nama mantra is Om Ketuve Namaha. Om Ketuve Namaha. Om Ketuve Namaha. And the Purana mantra for Ketu, Om Palasha Pushpa Sankasham Taraka Grahamastakam Rodram Rodratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. So here they are describing Ketu as red in color. So if you look at this Ketu deity I showed you, red color. The flower palasha, actually at the temple, they don't offer this red flower, but that is the chant that is saying, he's the color red color. Taraka Graham Hastakam. On his head, it's like a star, or he's the shape of a comet. If you've ever seen a comet, it just got a body. It doesn't have any head. So it's very Ketu-ish. Rodram Rodratmakam Ghoram. He's Rodra. Rodram is angry. Rodratmakam is even more angry, and Ghoram is fierce. So Ketu in his negative form can be very angry, very fierce. Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. So Ketu, I pranam to you. Palasha Pushpa Sankasham Taraka Grahamastakam Rodram Rodratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. You see, it's very important with Rahu Ketu is to keep them calm. You're not agitating them, and agitating them by your lifestyle choices, by, overdoing things. You're trying to, live too much, you're exhausted, over ambition, over things. So sometimes you're provoking that thing. Some people's lifestyle is so extreme. They are provoking that energy. So that is something that we have to keep quiet. Ketu is the co-ruler of Scorpio and also of Pisces. He's good in Pisces as well. His nakshatras are Ashwini, Magha, Mula, Ketu acts like Mars. He is Tamas and Pitta. His element is fire. Day is Tuesday. Color is multicolor, and the gemstone is peridot. Actually, the peridot is like this green color. It's a very unusual stone. Sometimes people also use tiger's eye for Ketu. Uh, Ketu deals with rejection, search for idealism. As he's headless, he works with intuition. Ketu people can be very intuitive, very spiritual. He's the karakas of moksha, self-realization. Um, it doesn't mean that Ketu gives self-realization instantly. You have to master Ketu. You have to master your angers. You have to master your past life. Let go of the past life. He's also Jnana Karaka. Jnana means knowledge, and his Ketu can be full of wisdom. Why is that? We have lived so many lifetimes, we have had so much life experience, and Ketu carries all that within. But he doesn't give it easily. If it's, I've noticed that Ketu can suddenly give you that epiphany moment. Suddenly you get some piece of knowledge which is strong. And worship of Ganesha, mantra shastra, knowledge of Brahman, Jyotisha, Ketu, you see very often Ketu people interested in Jyotish. And the deity of, I'll come to that in a minute, one sec. I'm just going to look at a couple of charts and then we're ready for questions. So now we're getting Ketu aside, and we see here, you want Rahu Ketu alone really, because they are disruptive. Here we see Ketu in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a spiritual warrior. So one can be wanting to do something to make the world a better place. Ketu also can reject materialism. In Sagittarius, those are things you can watch out for. Atma Jyoti, Ketu in Pisces. See, Pisces is a cosine of Ketu, but Ketu is 29 degrees 50. Remember the chart of, what was his name now? I've forgotten his name, but he had a 0 degrees Aries. Here we see the opposite side. We have Ketu right at the edge of Pisces, very spiritual position for Ketu. Definitely gives a lot of desire for self-realization, moksha, spiritual life. So that is a good aspect. So we have Bindu here, and Bindu has Ketu with Mars and Rahu with Saturn. So we could say that there are two Ketus because Ketu acts like Mars, and Rahu acts like Saturn. So you have to, this can really push and pull, because they are very powerful energies in your chart. And Ketu Mars conjunction, it's about a spiritual warrior as well. And you have to think, how do you think that is affecting you, the spiritual energy of this Rahu Ketu axis. It's as we go along, we'll discuss more of it. And I'll finish at Emma. Emma has Ketu in Capricorn, very close to the AS, which is ascendant. And when it is on the ascendant, definitely it gives interest in Jyotish and foreign things, in a more spiritual life. Sometimes when Ketu is close to the center, you also feel rejected, as if you are headless. People don't recognize you. So that is something that you have to watch out for. So so the two deities for Rahu Ketu, for Rahu, the deity is goddess Durga, and we have here the mantra for goddess Durga. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. This is a mantra we do every time for before we start the class. And uh, uh, Ganapati or Lord Ganesha, he is the deity for Ketu. So you have an optional assignment. So the Chinese students, please refer to Shivani, but others, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, choose one of the above, not all, but one of them. Write 200 words on how you experience them. So all assignments will be checked by Keiko Ito, and her email is info@keikoshanti.com. You've already sent her assignments. If you're new, then you have to do remember to put assignment 5 or class 5 in the assignment in the subject line. All assignments should not be more than 200 words. Longer assignments will be automatically rejected. Send the assignments by midnight PST on Friday. Assignments sent after that will not be checked because, you know, we have a deadline, and these are very much Saturn rules. So important, you should have in the subject line foundation AM PM, class number. This class is 5, and your name. You don't have to give the name, but definitely class number. Each lesson, send in a new email. Do not continue with old thread, because what happens is I find it myself very difficult. If you keep on sending the same thread, I have to search right at where the information is. So these are all things that Keiko has sent me. Do not send an attached file, as many did. It would help to have plain text in the body. I have told the ones who did, if you repeat that it would help. So I'm just repeating what she said. Also, a general piece of advice when giving birth data, it's always good to say where the ascendant is and which degree, because that helps you and it prevents her from looking at the wrong chart. So I get the information when they write their sun is in such an house, but ascendant information is the best. You do not want to explain what Rahu, Ketu, or Saturn is there. More important to know is how you perceive the sun or the subject of the assignment. You can send a short assignment. It doesn't have to just pad it up by generic information. So now next week is a very important class. I know for some of you it is Easter Monday, but the class carries on because I have to complete in a particular time. And so planetary dispositions and relationships. So number of things, how the planets behave will be explained next week. Also conjunctions, retrogrades, transits, aspects, all that we will also discuss. So that is it for today. I am ready to ask any questions that you have.
Hi, Camilla. This is Satya.
Hi, Satya.
Hi.
Yes.
So in terms of dealing with the karmas of Rahu, would you say, is it best to work towards fulfilling the desires of Rahu in our chart so that we can eventually rise above them? Or should we focus on spiritual practices so that we aren't consumed by those desires?
Well, there are two theories to it. Both will work.
Uh-huh.
So some people feel that you keep on consuming till you're fed up.
Uh-huh.
It's like if you're in a chocolate shop and you keep on eating chocolate at one stage, then you hate it. But actually, the spiritual theory is to learn a little bit of restraint.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if you keep, I've not done this, it'll make you very unhappy. So
Mhm.
it's not that you should not enjoy life, but it should, your happiness or everything shouldn't depend on fulfilling desires.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Any questions?
Oh yeah, I just was wondering if you could elaborate more on how like it colors, like how in my chart, I think it was Rahu that was paired with my ascendant, I believe.
Yeah.
Like how does it color that? Like or what, whichever planet that it would
Yeah,
that
you
it
can
would be
feel
paired with.
different. You can feel outsider. You feel dissatisfied. So you have to think, as yet, we are just getting to know, but as it is on your ascendant, you can feel all those things, Rahu type of issues. And you have to think about what are those things that are there. And because Rahu is in your ascendant, all the things I mentioned about Rahu become very prominent. Maybe not everything, but some of those things can be prominent for you.
Thank you.
Good. So we are going to, I shall see you next week. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.